It's always great to get the message from local law enforcement and city leaders that, we're not going to tolerate any nonsense, no BS. And that was a message that was sent loud and clear from the Kansas City, Missouri Police Department when you saw the reports earlier this week of new plans for the Plaza and other entertainment districts when it came to how they're going to handle law enforcement and patrol with the summer right around the corner. Wanted to welcome on and say hello to the police chief of Kansas City, Missouri. She is Stacy Graves. She is joining us on 95.7 FM KCMO. Chief, good morning. For those who might have missed it, what are the plans for KCPD when it comes to patrol? What's going to be new, different, noticeable on the Plaza and other entertainment districts this summer?
Good morning, Pete. Thank you for having me on today. We have an entertainment plan that is already in effect, went into effect last weekend. We are going to have more traffic officers out. We're going to have more police officers out. Each one of our patrol divisions contribute at least 2 officers for this entertainment plan to, in addition to some of the officers that are already part of that plan. Part of this show of enforcement is to reduce some of the dangerous behaviors we're seeing out here. One of them is the street racing situation that we've been, battling for quite some time. I know that you may have seen some of the enforcement efforts that we've done, that we've put out with our social media, showing vehicles on top of tow trucks. This is a serious situation. We want to make sure that our entertainment districts are safe. There's a lot of pedestrian traffic in and around those areas, and people want to have a good time in Kansas City. There's so many things to enjoy here, and that is what we want, is a successful, safe city, and that's why we are making sure that we are putting officers where they're needed in some of these entertainment districts where we have an influx of people.
So does this apply to the Plaza, Westport, Power and Light? What is going to be, and where will this new entertainment district plan be implemented exactly?
All of those entertainment districts.
Okay.
And what is great about this plan is the flexibility. If there is some kind of a situation, let's say at 18th and Vine, if there's a lot of the off-road vehicles in Crossroads, if there's a lot of foot traffic or what have you in the Plaza, we have the flexibility to respond as needed, and we are going to have officers in these positions ready for those responses to make sure that whatever situation pops up, we have the personnel to immediately deploy to those areas.
How much of this do you hope is as much a deterrent as it is reactionary?
Well, we want to make sure that it's preventative to where we can get a handle on a situation before some crowds grow. That's something that you may have seen also either social media or maybe in some of these videos that people have of some of these street racers where they, block streets and whatnot. We want to make sure that we are already in place in some of these areas to prevent situations like that from occurring. And there may be some situations that pop up really quick where, unfortunately, we will be on the reactionary side, but we're equipped and ready to go in with the protocols in place to handle those situations.
How much of this was asked of you by business leaders in these entertainment districts, and how involved were they in some of these conversations?
We do involve our partners in these conversations, but I will tell you, we have traditionally had some sort of an entertainment district plan over the summer months where we put more officers. It used to be more officers in Westport. I've been around for a little bit, Pete, so it used to be just Westport. Then Power and Light does hire a lot of off-duty officers. We put more officers on the Plaza. It's just, and even in 18th and Vine, there's just some of those entertainment districts that we've had a presence. But, as times change, there are different challenges, and that, one of the challenges right now are some of these illegal off-road vehicles, whether they be, ATVs, dirt bikes, and sometimes those are a challenge for us to catch up to. So we want to make sure we have officers deployed in such a way that we can make sure that we either prevent them from coming or address them when they show up.
What about curfews? What's going to be the situation with those this summer?
Now, we do still have the curfews in effect. I believe that started on May 1st, but some of my fellow KCPD members know that back and forth and know all ordinances that are involved in that, making sure that our kids are not in the entertainment districts where they could potentially be part of the problem or be subject to some of the ongoings that happen in these areas that we are here to prevent and respond to.
What are the ages and times on that, again? Because I guess I asked that because if you're down or someone's down in the plaza and they see, a bunch of kids who are clearly breaking the curfew and look like they're of age where they are breaking the curfew, like, do they call 911? Who do they call? What are the details on that for people that are going to be down there?
Well, hopefully you won't have to call 911. You'll already see an officer down there. But we will be addressing some of these, kiddos that are in these areas. I believe the entertainment district has different times that juveniles are allowed to be down there unescorted, unescorted when they're not supposed to be there, or escorted by adults. But we will be in and around those areas also, and not all of it is enforcement. I will tell you that we will have enforcement for those, but we are also working in other spaces to prevent juveniles from even coming to some of these areas, whether that's funneling them to programs outside of those areas where people are holding events for kids to have fun, to have a safe space. We are working in all of those spaces. And as far as the times, I believe that was 9 o'clock in the entertainment district. I might correct myself on that. I'll make sure that we put that on our social media to make sure that all of that is clearly stated to where everyone has that expectation of when and when not to be down in the entertainment districts if you are under 18.
That sounds great. Police Chief Stacy Graves is on KCMO. By the way, I know today there is a police memorial service later this morning, as I understand it, for the late Officer Mulbauer. What are the details on that, and what is the role going to be for you as this event takes place?
Thank you so much for bringing that up. I was going to try to see how I could let your listeners know about that. Today at 10 o'clock in front of police headquarters at 1125 Locust, we are having our memorial service. Every year we remember all of our fallen officers since 1874. We are celebrating our 150th year here at the Kansas City, Missouri Police Department, and we have 120 names on our memorial statue out in front of police headquarters. Officer James Mulbauer was our 120th officer. His family will be in attendance today, as well as some of our other surviving family members. Today, we will honor those officers, but not only honor those officers, I want to make sure that the officers that we have here know that they too, this is an honor of their service, and for them to continue to show up for our survivors and to even pass this tradition of remembering our fallen officers, for some of our younger officers as they come up. In addition to today, our members, some of our K-9 team, our Mulbauer family and friends will be making our way to D.C. In Washington, D.C. next week is National Police Week, where Officer James Mulbauer's name will be etched in the Law Enforcement Memorial Wall. Not only that, but our K-9 champ will also be honored at a service that is specifically for K-9s that have been killed in the line of duty.
That's great. Well, we'll be following along later today, Chief. We appreciate you bringing that up and bringing that to our attention, giving us the details on that, and we'll talk to you soon. Have a great day. Thanks so much for the time.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate you. Have a great day.
You too. That is Police Chief Stacy Graves in Kansas City, Missouri on KCMO.